In the event that you decide to get a Cybertruck, what is your budget? Do you believe that the Cybertruck is inferior to other trucks? Although there are many differing viewpoints on this, allow me to present one. This should assist you in making decisions and earning money along the road. You can anticipate talks about the best electric cars, such as the Nissan Leaf Kia and Chevy Bolt in this video. Let's get this video started right away by making sure to like and subscribe to our channel. There are also insights into the design of the Cybertruck, so keep watching. A CEO of a car media firm appeared on television to discuss the difficulties in setting a price for the much-awaited Cybertruck, drawing a comparison to his fascination with an enigmatic object. Well, he projected that Elon Musk, the car's visionary, would eventually be able to bring down the price to an alluring $40,000, but he also hinted that the starting price would be about $80,000 at first. This alluring offer of a gorgeous $40,000 truck seemed unachievable considering the high pricing of rival models like the Ford F-150 and Rams, which demanded $50,000 to $60,000 and possibly as much as $100,000. 3.5 years prior, in 2019, Musk had declared that the Cybertruck would cost $39,000. Comparing their approach to that of Tesla's Model 3 launch, the CEO speculated that they may someday adopt a similar tactic when launching a $39,000 truck. But with 3 or 4 motors included, he thought Tesla would be lucky to launch at $75,000. Further speculating, he proposed that Tesla would display it like this. While the much-anticipated $39,000 truck was being delivered, $80,000 would need to be paid up front for the fully outfitted version with 4 motors. The Cybertruck's first offering was a rear-wheel drive model with a 250-mile range that cost $40,000. It could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.5 seconds, which was a remarkable performance for a vehicle that would cost an extra $10,000. A 4-wheel drive option would allow customers to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.5 seconds. They could get a 500-mile range tri-motor all-wheel drive vehicle for a whopping $70, which would enable them to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.9 seconds. A very impressive feat for a truck. It's noteworthy to note that there were reports that Chevy was working on a vehicle that would have an EPA-certified range of 450 miles and be released the following year. However, the precise size of the battery is still unknown. There have been rumors of a 200 kilowatt-hour capacity and a 350 kilowatt charging capability. In contrast, it is anticipated that the Cybertruck will charge 3 times faster than the Chevy truck if it ever becomes a reality. A notable benefit, but even after these revelations, the Cybertruck's price was still unknown, most likely because Tesla wanted to keep the public guessing until the very last minute. According to Electric's estimate, Tesla might not offer a rear-wheel drive version until possibly the end of September. The cheapest all-wheel drive option could cost $10,000 more than the original proposal. Additionally, they conjectured that Tesla might introduce a quad-motor all-wheel drive variant with 450 miles of range and a jaw-dropping 2.5 seconds to reach 60 miles per hour, starting at $85,000. It was clear that Tesla would work to keep prices under $80,000 because going over, that would prevent customers from receiving the tax credit and incentive for 7,500 EVs, which they were eager to obtain. The CEO also predicted that Tesla would start with the most expensive trim because that would probably result in higher profits. Additionally, he thought the business will eventually attain its target of a $40,000 price point. Independent research echoed this enthusiasm, showing that an astounding 78% of market consumers were very interested in owning an electric vehicle. Additionally, their projections suggested that, as we tune in right now, roughly 50% of prospective buyers would either definitely or very likely choose an EV as their preferred mode of transportation within the next 5 years. A lot of us are considering getting an electric car. Analysts who doubt this progression to occur by 2030 with only a 30 EV adoption rate may be missing mark. Questions arise about the best time to make the switch, concerns about range anxiety and charging options, as well as affordability. However, it seems inevitable that we'll be driving EV shortly, perhaps within the next 5 years. The fact that China and Europe are already getting close to the 20 suggests that these analysts might want to reconsider their findings. It's important to remark separately that perceptions of some people have evolved. Now that the price has somewhat increased, Omar is happy to announce that Elon Musk and the Tesla management are no longer seen as complete idiots. If the stock does not rise, the sentiment may change, but it will probably rise again into all-time highs. This reveals to us once more how analysts frequently rely their projections on the work of others, modifying the data somewhat to support their assumptions. For example, they can propose 35% of EV adoption by 2030, if the general consensus is 30%. It's interesting to note that the usual suspects data ranks the Tesla Model 3, Ford Mustang Mach-E and other popular EVs top searches, but recent trends show that the Rivian is now the most sought-after EV overall. This is pretty significant considering that the Rivian was named Truck of the Year the previous year, and this year the Lightning Ford F-150A, another electric truck, takes the title. I've driven the Rivian myself, so we can attest to its remarkable performance, but let's not forget about the Cybertruck, which I've had the opportunity to be inside of an unforgettable experience. In particular, the Rivian stands out due to its 4 motors, while many other trucks have 1 or 2 motors. The 4 motors on the river offer a unique experience. It's also worth mentioning that the regenerative brake technology is excellent since it makes driving entirely on 1 pedal possible. For those of us used to manual gearboxes with 3 pedals, this is a significant adjustment. Not to be overlooked is the river's design, which I'm sure many of you agree is really amazing every time you see it. I visited a website to see what other electric cars were getting good reviews, and to my surprise, the Chevy Bolt was the highest-rated electric car, followed by the Nissan Leaf from Kia. As I scrolled down, I found a category for the best electric SUVs. I know that many of you would argue that it's the most cheap alternative, but calling it the greatest electric car just doesn't seem right at all. The Hyundai Ioniq took first place, followed closely by the Kia and Ford Mustang. Oddly enough, I kept scrolling in hopes of finding comparisons between Tesla and Volkswagen, another Nissan or Chevy, but I saw no mention of the Tesla Model 3. It turned out that the Tesla Model 3 was categorized as a compact luxury vehicle, which surprised me a little because I always thought of it as a mid-sized car. But according to Wikipedia, it's considered a large family car in Europe. This discrepancy kind of troubled me because if there's a category for the best electric cars, it should include every kind of vehicle, whether economical or luxurious. It almost feels like the website is biased towards certain manufacturers who advertise there while ignoring Tesla. Finally, let's talk about, I'm not sure I believe in the Cybertruck. The target market for this car doesn't seem like it would be interested in owning a 1969 Ford F-150 or even a non-electric pickup truck. It's just not enticing. Still, I have to concede that the Cybertruck might be useful in a dystopian world when you would require a robust truck similar to a road warrior. I'm sure this will get me some hate mail, but from a design perspective, I kind of like it. I can see why it's divisive, and that a lot of people won't want it. The Ford F-150, which has been the best-selling car for 10 years, appeals to them because of its utility and resistance to losing market share. Still, Tesla always manages to surprise us. Rivian later revealed that the Cybertruck would have 4 motors, contrary to Musk's initial claim that it would have 3. Not surprising at all if Tesla matches that. Despite the intense controversy surrounding the Cybertruck, I think Tesla will succeed with it. They already had success with their semi-trucks after all. Never undervalue Musk. I appreciate you seeing, and if you haven't already, kindly hit the like and subscribe buttons on my channel. I'll see you in the upcoming video, which is on Tesla stock news. Take